Hello everybody, Assassinator back with another Halo Infinite informative video informing you about all the free items that you would have been able to obtain during Season 1 of Halo Infinite. So what I'm going to be talking about are the things that you could have gotten from the different events, the free items that you would have gotten just for basically logging in or doing something, playing during a certain time, the perks you would get from if you have Game Pass Ultimate, the Twitch drops, the weekly ultimates, and things such as that. So we're going to get right into it so I don't have this video going on too long. So the very first items that I'm going to talk about is the nameplate emblem bundle set Soul Testing Grounds, which you would have gotten if you played during the multiplayer flights. So that would have been before November 15th. If you would have gotten in and played, you would have actually been granted those. They end up coming later on for some other things. I want to say 2 or 3 times they end up popping up in total. So you might have gotten it even if you didn't play during the flights. Now, as soon as Halo Infinite did drop, and I'm talking the full game, even though they called it a beta, it dropped on November 15th, which was a little bit early. It was the multiplayer and not the campaign at that point. But if you logged in for that very first week, which started on November 15th, you would have ended up getting yourself some Platinum Anniversary items. So you would have gotten it for the Mark 7, it would have been the Armor Core. You would have gotten the weapon coating for the AR, the vehicle coatings for the Warthog, the Rocket Hog, and the Razorback. So that covers what you would have gotten week 1. Now we're moving on to the other free items. So some other free items you would have been able to obtain are the armor coatings, 3 different armor coatings, which were the HCS winner, which you would have gotten if you would have went to the shop and then went under HCS offerings. I want to say it was available for Season 1 and Season 2, or most of Season 2. I don't remember exactly. But you were able to obtain it for the Mark 7, the Mark 5B, and the Urite Armor Core. So, if you got those, then obviously you know what's going on there. Now, the free login items. So during Cyber Showdown, which I'll talk about the event later on, which started on January 18th, ran all the way through, I think it was January 31st, you would have gotten the backdrop called New Heights, and that's just for logging in during that time. Doesn't even mean you have to play a match, just logging in. Then, in February, for Black History Month, we would have got the nameplate emblem set, Pan Africa. Then another login bonus, which started on March 8th, you would have been able to get the nameplate emblem bundle set, the Box O Guns. So that's going to cover all the free items just for logging in. Then we're moving on to the Fracture event, the Fracture Tenrai event, which came with 30 tiers. And so the very first thing that you would have been able to get is your Urite Armor Core, because obviously back then it wasn't free. And a lot of these items are basically going to be for your Urite. If I don't say what it's for, it's because it's for your Urite. We got to get through this video a little quicker. And there's a whole lot to cover. So the armor coating was Echo Blue. There was also a helmet, KABUTO Samurai. Then 2 different shoulders, which I'm talking about 2 different shoulder designs because you got the left and right for both of them. The first one being Gatekeeper. The second one being Dragon Bark. Then we got some knee pads, which is also named Dragon Bark. Then we got the 4-piece nameplate emblem bundle set, Samurai. The backdrop, Torii Reflection. Another armor coating called Fog Painting. Then we got another helmet. Then some helmet attachments. The first being the Spring Blossom Filter. And then the second being Stag Helm Crest. Then we got a visor color, which back then it was only for your Urite, but obviously they opened that up afterwards, and now they're all cross-core. So that was the Tempered Steel. Then we got a chest plate. And 2 different utilities. So the very first one is Dragon Bark Hip Guard. And the second being Swordsman's Belt, which a lot of people confuse that one with the item shop swords that you were able to get. Now, this one was like, I want to call them more like daggers, not actually samurai swords. So that's kind of the difference there. Then we got a stance called Funeral Bell. And then the last 3 are weapon coatings. The first being the AR coating Soul Devil. The next being the sidekick coating Whispered Sky. along with the BR coating matching that Whispered Sky. Alright, so now we're up to the Twitch drops. So the very first Twitch drop that you would have been able to obtain if you were there from day one, and I missed this one, I know a lot of you did also, it was the Nameplate Emblems bundle set Got Milked. Now I know it's come back quite a few times since then, but it was first available during the HCS Raleigh pre-event on December 16th. And I want to say that event only went on for an hour or two, and I wasn't set up for it. That's the reason why I missed it. I wasn't able to bring any of you, obviously, the info on it ahead of time like I try to do now. So that's why a lot of people missed it, but luckily they brought it back a few too many times. But it made sure that everyone was able to get it. Then after that, we had the actual HCS Raleigh event, which took place from December 17th through December 19th. And some of the drops that you were able to get is the 3 armor coatings, the HCS launch coatings for the Mark 7, the Mark 5B, and the Yori. And then also the HCS launch coatings for some of your weapons, the AR, the BR, and the Sidekick. Then on top of that, you were able to get the Victory Shout stance. Then the next HCS event was HCS Anaheim, which took place from February 11th through February 13th. You were able to obtain the stance called HCS Celebration. You were able to get 3 different weapon coatings, which is HCS Winner for the AR, the BR, and the Sidekick, along with a nameplate emblem bundle set called Championship Chalice. Then after that, we had HCS Super Australia and Mexico, which took place from March 4th to March 6th. And there, all you were able to get is the nameplate emblem bundle set, Whose World Is It? And then during HCS Kansas City Majors, which took place from April 29th through May 1st, you were able to get the backdrop HCS Trophy, which is one of the better ones. I believe that's the one that I'm currently using. Then on top of that, you were able to get the vehicle coatings, the Midnight Gold for your Warthog, the Razorback, and the Rocket Hog. And then you were even able to get an attachment for your Warthog's bumper. So overall, I like it. I wish that 343 would do, I guess, more attachments for vehicles, especially if they're giving them away free. I mean, come on, who doesn't like a free, nice looking item? But then they also gave you the backdrop HCS banners and the weapon charm Clean Sweep. Alright, so that's going to be it for the different Twitch drops that we're able to get, because there was no other HCS events that took place during that time frame of Season 1. So we're going to move on to the 3 events. And the 3 events that I'm talking about is Winter Contingency, Cyber Showdown, and Tactical Ops. So starting off with Winter Contingency, which took place from December 21st through January 3rd. You were able to get yourself the armor coating for your Mark 7, Peppermint Laughter. Then you were able to get another Mark 7 armor coating, which I don't know what this one's supposed to have been, you know, for it to be part of this Winter Contingency. Maybe the Gingerbread Man look? I'm not sure. But then we're able to get some shoulder pads for your Mark 7, a utility for your Mark 7, the nameplate emblem bundle set called Wild Justice, and then another nameplate emblem bundle set called Navlogcom. Again, those were just kind of basic. 343 used to do a whole lot of filler with these individual pieces in these type of, event passes. But they kind of got it better since then. Then there was a weapon coating for your AR, Peppermint Laughter, and the matching sidekick coating, Peppermint Laughter, along with a backdrop called Snowmageddon. Then the second event, which was called Cyber Showdown, which took place from January 18th through January 31st. You're able to get yourself the armor coating for your Mark 7 called Electric Bubblegum, the visor called Blackpool, an armor effect called Neon Screen, and a second armor effect called Neon Hawk, which, for anyone who doesn't remember, Neon Screen wasn't lined up correctly, nor was Neon Hawk when it first came out. They've fixed it since then, but it was kind of, I guess, a little off when it first came out. Then there was the stance, Expecting Trouble, a weapon coating for your AR called Electric Bubblegum, a weapon charm, an AI color, which we haven't seen an AI color in a while, but that's probably because most people don't care about AI colors, including myself. Then there was a backdrop called Cross Glitch, and then another backdrop called Brute Rock, which kind of, I guess, went with that meme of Craig. Then, the last but not least event that went on during Season 1 was Tactical Ops, which took place from March 8th through March 21st, where you're able to get yourself the armor coating for your Mark 7 called Scorpion Punch, along with the helmet for your Mark 7, which was the Mark 5 ZETA, the helmet attachment for your Mark 7, a visor color, a chest piece, a pair of gloves, a utility, and a stance called Claw Patrol, along with a weapon charm called a Mill, and a backdrop Lone Wolf. So in all, you were able to dress up your Spartan pretty well by this point if you would have collected all the free stuff. And I think for a while there, I had a lot of these, I guess, items that I've gotten on my main Mark 7. But we're going to be moving on to the 4 ultimate perks, because yes, we did get a lot of ultimate perks during the Season 1 and Season 2. It kind of went away during Season 2.5, and then really only gave us 1 during Season 3. But the ones that I'm talking about is going to be for what I call the month of December, because it went from December 8th through January 12th. You're able to get the weapon coating for your AR called Past Tense. Then, from January 13th through February 8th, you were able to get the vehicle coating for your Warthog, Past Tense. Then, we got another Past Tense coating, but this one's for the BR, from February 9th through March 8th. Then from March 9th through April 5th, you're able to get the Past Tense vehicle coating for the Mongoose. So in all, you got 4 Past Tense coatings, and that'll continue into Season 2, but that will be a little bit later that we end up talking about that. So now we're on to the last items that you're able to get. A total of 24 weekly ultimate challenge items. So the very first one being the visor coating Vandal. The next one being the armor coating for your Mark 7 Willow T. Week 3, it was the nameplate called Sacrifice. And this is where they kind of had a lot of filler in there. As you can see, it was just the nameplate, not nameplate emblem bundle set. But then week 4, you're able to get the weapon coating for your sniper, ABBEY line. Then week 5, the backdrop scoreboard. Week 6, the weapon emblem, Sacrifice. Week 7, the backdrop splatter. Week 8, another visor color. Week 9, the armor emblem Sacrifice. Week 10, a visor color called Rampant. Week 11, the Bulldog weapon coating Neon Steel. Week 12, oh, another weapon coating, but this time for the AR called Whisper Sky. Then week 13, we got a backdrop called Banner Day. Week 14, we got a weapon emblem called Driving Offensively. Week 15, an armor coating for your Yorai, Withered Rose. Week 16, a vehicle emblem, again, Driving Offensively. Week 17, a visor called 355. Week 18, a backdrop called Core Element. Week 19, an armor emblem, this time, Driving Offensively. Week 20, a chest attachment called Everfilled Juzu. Not exactly sure if I'm saying that one correct. Then on week 21, a weapon charm called Knuckles. Week 22, a nameplate, Driving Offensively. You know, you have to finish that set off right there. Week 23, a armor coating for your Mark 7, which was Foxwood Sill. And then week 24, capping it all off before Season 2 dropped, was a visor color called Baltol. To me, that one was kind of like black tint, you know, limo tint, something like that. Alright, so there's everything that you were able to obtain for free during Season 1 of Halo Infinite I guess obviously a little before if you played in the beta. But that's going to wrap it all up. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button so I know that you want to see a season 2 of this. Also in the comments below, maybe leave what items you did not get that you wish you would have gotten because they never came back. Because a few of these items, especially the Twitch drops, have popped up multiple times, so you're able to get them after season 1, along with a couple of the ultimate items. You know, that happened during the winter update, but we'll get into that at a later time. Just let me know in the comments below if there's a specific item or items that you wish you would have obtained for free during season 1. But until next time, Assassinator's out.